In the last lecture, we have seen the problems on block brake, and today's lecture will solve two problems on band brakes. The band brake is a one which works a principle of like a belt tensions. Okay, and we use here the two equations. One of the equation is T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta, that is tension ratios of the belts, tight side and slack side tensions. And another one is braking torque is the another one which we use here, that is TB is equal to T1 minus T2 into R. These are the two equations which we would like to use in problem solving. The problem is like this. A differential band brake has a drum with a diameter of 800 mm. The two ends of the band are fixed to the pins on the opposite sides of the fulcrum of the lever at distances of 40 and 200 mm from the fulcrum. The angle of contact is 270 degrees and coefficient of friction is 0.2. Determine the brake torque when a force of 600 Newton is applied to the lever at a distance of 800 mm from the fulcrum. This is a simple straightforward problem without any complexities, and this problem, by selecting the given data in two different modes, we can do it. That is, either A is greater than B or A is less than B. He has not stated which fulcrum is more and which fulcrum distance is less. So it is up to us to take whether A is greater than B or A is less than B. You are aware of it, depends upon the selection of A and B values, the force applied point will vary. So if A is greater than B, we have to apply a downward force. And if A is lesser than B, then you have to apply a upward force. Okay, this is already we have discussed earlier. What is it? If A is greater than B, a downward force is applied, and if A is less than B, then upward force is applied. Okay, let me first do this problem by taking A is greater than B. And he has also not asked whether it is a clockwise rotation or counterclockwise rotation. We will do both clockwise as well as the counterclockwise rotations. Okay, let us see what is the data given and how to proceed this. It is a differential band brake, okay, with a drum diameter of 800 mm. So the data given is like this. Drum diameter 800 mm, that is 0.8 meters. Then it is fulcrum to two opposite sides with the distances of like 40 and 200 mm. Just now I said I take first case 1, A is greater than B. Case 1, I take A is greater than B, and I take A is, okay, A is how much it is 200 mm, that is 0.2 meters. Then B is 0.04 meters, 40 mm. And the angle is theta 270 degrees. Theta is 270 degrees. Then coefficient of friction, which is given 0.2. So you are supposed to find out the braking torque, okay, and the load is applied, that is the force is applied 600 newtons at a distance of 800 mm. At a distance of 800 mm, isn't it? This is the problem available with us. You can see the diagram which I have shown, but in the examination they are not supposed to give the diagram. With our previous discussion, we know the terminology, what we are calling L, what we are calling A, what we are calling B. For that purpose, I have shown that diagram. Okay, so the diagram may provide or may not provide in your actual examination is concerned. So I will take case 1 like this. A is greater than B. First, counterclockwise rotation. Counterclockwise rotation. Okay. Now let me put the sketch like this. This is the brake drum. Okay, which is revolving counterclockwise direction, and you have a fulcrum point. So like one side like this, and this is A, and this distance B, and I said A is greater than B, and this distance L. Okay, and if A is greater than B, you have to apply a force F in a downward direction. So, and the angle of contact is 270 degrees. This is theta 270 degrees. So this is L. How much it is given? 800 mm, which is 0.8 meter. So this is 0.8, and F is 600 Newton, and A is 0.2 meter, and B is, how much it is? 0.04, and the diameter of the drum, this is 0.8 meter. Okay, this is what the given information. We know a formula called T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta. And once again, let me tell you which is T1 and which is T2, how to find out the values of T1 and T2. So as we described in the theory part, so when it rotates like counterclockwise, this is the leaving side and this is reaching side. And we said the leaving side is T2 and reaching side is T1. So this becomes T1 and this becomes T2. So T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta, e power 0.2 theta 270 into pi by 180. So this gives T1 by T2 ratio 2.57, or we can write T1 is equal to 2.57 T2. This is the first part of the problem. T1 by T2 is 2.257, then T1 is equal to 2.57 T2. Then let me start moments taking at O. Take moments at the fulcrum point O. Now look at here, the force F as well as the T2 both will give the same moments, F as well as T2. So that is F into, okay, how much distance from the point O? This is 0.8 meters. Then similar T2, how much distance it is, perpendicular distance? 0.04. So these two are providing the moment in the same sense, and T1 is providing moment in the opposite sense. That is, T1 is, say, if I take this is positive, this is negative, then I can write this is minus T1 into, what is this distance? This distance is A, 0.2 is 0. Now I have a relation here T1 and T2. So I will replace this T1 like F value already I know 600.8 plus T2 into 0.04 and T1 plus I put 2.57, T2 into 0.2 is 0. So now my equation completely in terms of T2 only. By solving that equation, I get my value of T. So by solving this, you get T2 1012.7 newtons. And you have a relation between T1 and T2, then T1 is equal to 2.57 into T2, that is 1012.7. So it gives 2602 Newton. So T2 is obtained and T1 is obtained. Then we know the braking torque. Very beginning I said TB is equal to T1 minus T2 into R. What is this R? R is the radius of the braking drum. That is 2602 minus 1012. Radius, diameter is 0.8, then it is 0.4. Then you get this is 636 Newton meter. You get the braking torque is 636 Newton meter. This is for A is greater than B and rotation is counterclockwise. So now I will do A is greater than B with clockwise rotation. With clockwise rotation. Then how it changes, let us see. You get only a small difference is in the diagram like this. This is your brake drum and this is the one part of belt and this is another part. Okay. And this is the force F and this is A, B, same terminology, but only the thing is now the sense of rotation is clockwise. The sense of rotation is clockwise. So if it is with the sense of rotation of clockwise, then what it differs is tensions ratio. Now this will become leaving side and this will become reaching side, then this becomes your T2, this becomes your T2 and this becomes your T1. That is the only difference. So in place of T1 you get T2. Here I got T1 here and here I got T2, isn't it? The remaining things are as usual. This is A, this is B, and this point to here is L. So once again I write the same equation. Okay, So take moments at O. Take moments at O. Okay, then you can see here F1 T1 have the same sense of rotation, that is F into L. Okay, then T1 into B minus T2 into A is 0. So what is F? Already you have the F force is how much force? You can see 600. And what is L? As usual in the previous 0.8. Then T1 unknown. And what is our B value now? So 0.04. And T2 A 0.2. So only the difference what you get here is F into, that is same 600 into 0.8. In place of T2 you get here T1. In place of T1 you get here T2. So I have a relation already. T2 is like T1 is 2.57 T2. So that I will replace. So this is 600 into 0.8, 48. Then 2.57 T2 into 0.04 minus 0.2 T2 is 0. Then find the value of T2. So by solving this equation, you get T2 is 4938 Newton. Then T1 is 2.57 times of 4938. So that gives 12,691. That gives 12,691. So after getting this, once again the same formula, braking torque is equal to T1 minus T2 into R. So that is T1 is 12691 and T2 is 4938 and R is radius of the brake drum 0.4. So this you get 3101 Newton meter. So the same problem here we did for counterclockwise rotation, here we did it for clockwise rotation. Okay, that is one. Then case 2, I said I can take A is less than B, then once again counterclockwise rotation as well as clockwise rotation. So as I said just now, what it differs is the force applied point, now it will be in upward direction. This is the condition which we have studied in theory. If A is less than B, so this should be in the upward direction. So in that case, my diagram will be like my A value will be less. So I will show you A value is less and B value is more. So this is A, this is B. Now force applied is upward. A is less than B. Okay, that means this value will become 0.04 and this becomes 0.2. Okay, now counterclockwise rotation. So this becomes leaving side or reaching side. This is leaving side, T2, then this is reaching side is T1. So the same what you can see here, this is L that I am not writing here. L is same, L is not changed anything. Now you can see F provides anti-clockwise moment and T1 provides anti-clockwise moment and T2 provides clockwise moment. So taking moments at O, so F into L anti-clockwise, then this is also anti-clockwise, that is T1 into this A, then this is clockwise, say minus T2 into B is 0. Okay, you know the value of F, L, you know the ratios of T1 and T2. Now A value will be 0.04 and B value will be this 0.2. So substitute here F value 600, L value 0.8. Okay, then T1 by T2 is 2.57. So I will replace T1 plus 2.57 T2 into A. What is the A value now? 0.04. Then minus T2 into 0.2 is 0. So this, if you solve it, you get the value of T2 is 4938 newtons. Then with the ratio of T1 and T2, you get T1 is 12,619 newtons. T2 and T1. So once I get my T2 and T1, then the braking torque is T1 minus T2 into R. So you substitute the values of T1 and T2 and R is 0.4, then this value is as same as the previous here what we got, 3101 Newton meter. Okay, and the fourth case, that is case 2, clockwise part, I am not solving, I am leaving it for you as a homework, because what modification you have to make, that I will tell you. Okay, so when it is clockwise, automatically this T1 becomes T2 and T2 becomes T1. So then the same equation will come here. So in that case, F into L plus T2 into A minus T1 into B becomes 0. Then if you solve this equation and if you further simplification, you get in that case T1 is 1012 and T2 2602 and TB is 636. So this is what finally the problem solution. If you look at here, this repeats once again the first part. This repeats the first part. Finally, you can see here only two answers, that is for one is clockwise, another one is counterclockwise. If I change A and B, like reversing, A is greater than B, instead of that A is less than B, the same solution I get by reversing here. So I got here, this part of the third part is the second part same, and the fourth part is same as the first part. Okay, so I will leave it for this, for clockwise rotation, you solve this part. Okay. we have seen the previous problem, a differential band brake. Now we will see a problem on a simple band brake. We have already discussed in the theory the difference between differential band brake and simple band brake. So if A and B are not unequal, either A is greater than B or A is less than B, doesn't matter, but it is called a differential band brake. In the case of simple band brake, either A may be 0 or B may be 0. Any one of them will become 0. Then that brake is called simple band brake. So the problem now what we are going to discuss is a simple band brake. It is like this. A simple band brake is applied to a shaft carrying a flywheel of 250 kg mass and the radius of gyration 300 mm. The shaft speed is 200 rpm. The drum diameter is 200 mm and coefficient of friction 0.25. Determine, there are 3 bits. First bit, brake torque when a force of 120 Newton is applied at the lever end. Then second bit, number of turns of the flywheel before it comes to rest. And the third one is time taken by the flywheel to come to rest. This is the 3 parts in the problem. Okay. So now let us see how we can solve the problem. So the sketch is already available. What is the value of A or B, whatever you take, and what is the value of the fulcrum point to the force applied point. Okay, and it is also given what is the included angle. So that is shown uncovered angle. So you can get the covered angle and the radius and the sense of rotation. Everything is given. Okay. Now let me write the data given and what to solve. Let us see. So it is a simple band brake. Okay. So flywheel mass of 250 kg. So flywheel is (250 kg) and at what radius of gyration? 300 mm. That is K is 0.3 meters. And the shaft speed is 200 rpm n. Okay, the drum diameter is 200 mm. That is 0.2 meters. And the coefficient of friction mu 0.25. Then determine a bit the braking torque or brake torque when the force is 120 newtons applied at the lever end. That is the first one. Let us see. So you can see here the angle of contact is given. He has shown 135 degrees is the uncovered angle. So 360 minus 135, that is theta is 360 minus 135, 225 degrees. So with the basic fundamental equation which we know, T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta. E mu is 0.25, theta 225 into pi by 180. So I will get the ratio which is 2.67 or T1 is equal to 2.67 T2. Okay, this is the first part. Then it is a simple band brake. A or B is 0. Let me take B is 0 and take moments at the fulcrum point O. So you can see here, this is the brake drum which is a circular one, okay, and one end is connected, so the other end is at the fulcrum point directly, and there is a lever, okay, this is the point of fulcrum, and this is the force applied point, okay, this is F. So how much the force is applied? 120 Newton. And this is uncovered angle 135. So this becomes 225. Okay. So if I take counterclockwise rotation, this is leaving side, this becomes T2 and this becomes T1. And I said this is A and this is L. Okay, so then you can see this is F gives, this is the point of fulcrum O, moments are taken at O, F into L, if I take this is positive, then T1 into A becomes negative, is 0. So F into L, force into length, and T1 into A is 0. So it has given in the problem value of F is 120 and the value of L. So the length of the lever, which you can see from the diagram, what is it? It is 280 mm, that is 0.28 into minus T1. What is the value of A? Is 100 mm, that is 0.1 meter, that is 120 into 0.28 minus T1 into 0.1 is 0. Then you get T1 is 336 Newton. Then you have a relation, sorry, this is not T, you have T1 and T2 relation. So T1 is 2.67 T2, so then T2 is equal to T1 by 2.67, that is 336 by 2.67. So how much you get the value of T2? So this is 125.8. We are supposed to find out braking torque TB, which is T1 minus T2 into R. That is 336 minus 125.8. R is, what is the brake drum diameter? So 0.2, then radius is 0.1. Okay, so then you get this is 21 Newton meter. So this is 21 Newton meter. 336 minus 125.8, okay, into 0.1. You get T1 minus T2 into R, that is TB. That is the first part of the problem. So what we did here, it is a simple band brake. A or B is 0. I have taken B 0, A is this, and I have taken counterclockwise rotation, and I applied simple fundamental equation T1 by T2 is e power mu theta. Then I have taken moments at O, then F into L is T1A. Then I got T1 value because I know F and L, okay, everything. Once I get T1, by the relation of T1 and T2, I get the T2. Then the braking torque is the T1 minus T2 into R. This is the first part. Then coming to the second part of the problem. What is the B part? The part B is like this. So the number of turns of the flywheel before it comes to the rest. Number of turns of flywheel before it comes to rest. before it comes to rest. So the kinetic energy possessed by the flywheel, that is Ke of flywheel, is half I omega square. This equation you are aware of from the basic fundamentals. I is mk square, half mk square omega square. Half mass is given 250, radius of gyration 0.3, omega 2 pi n by 60, okay, whole square, and he has given speed is 200 rpm. Substitute that n value. So by substituting this, I get the Ke of the flywheel, which is 4935 Newton meter. 4935 Newton meter. M, K radius of gyration, omega 2 pi n by 60. So whole square, this I get. Then this is absorbed, this kinetic energy is absorbed. So that is after rotating some rotations, it is going to be absorbed. That is braking torque into angular displacement, braking torque into angular displacement is nothing but Ke of flywheel. So Ke of the flywheel just now we have evaluated, that is 4935. Then what is this angular displacement? What is this TB? So TB already we got here 21. Then what is this angular displacement? How many number of revolutions it is going to complete before it coming to the rest? Okay, and multiplied by each rotation is 2 pi. So 2 pi into some number of revolutions n is equal to 4935. Then n is equal to 4935 by 21 into 2 pi. So it gives the number of revolutions, that is 37.4 revolutions. 37.4 revolutions. This is the second bit. Okay, and the last bit is a simple bit. The third part of the problem is very simple. This is the part C. What is it? The part C? So the time taken by the flywheel to come to the rest. Time taken to come to the rest. So what is given for us? It completes 200 rpm. Okay. So the average speed which is taken, like when it is coming to the rest, the mean speed can be taken as its average speed. Then average speed, he has given original speed is 200 rpm. So the mean is 200 by 200 rpm. 100 rpm, isn't it? Then time taken is required. So we got how many revolutions it completes? 37.4 revolutions. Then the time taken is T is equal to 37.4. That is the number of revolutions which it is occupying. Then what is its average speed? 100 rpm. Then RPS is by 60. 100 by 60. So what I have written is how many revolutions it is taking before it comes to the rest. That is 37.4 revolution. And I have assumed it when it is coming to the rest, its mean speed, that is original speed by 2 is the mean speed or average speed it is going to perform, which is 200 by 2 is 100, that is RPM. Then RPS is 100 by 60. Okay, then I get t, the time is like 22.4 seconds. 22.4 seconds. Okay, so this is the part C. We did in the part B is how many revolutions, and in the part C what we did is how much time it takes. For that what I did, how many revolutions it covers and what is its mean speed, then that number of revolutions by its mean speed, that gives my time to come to the rest. Okay, this is another problem on the band brake.